Hey guys, welcome to the Sim Racing Paddock. I'm William Marsh, and we are kicking off another season of Sim Racing System Championship in Assetto Corsa. So for this season, we are going to be racing the Porsche 911 Carrera RSR 3-liter engine. So this engine is powered by a 3-liter 6-cylinder engine, and that generates 330 brake horsepower. So that is going to basically mean this is a lower speed championship, but I think it's going to turn out pretty fun because when it's lower speed, generally it turns out to become more of a skill-based championship instead of setup per se. So this is from 1973, so Porsche Works Team competed in 1973, the World Prototype Championship with the 911 Carrera RSR. In the last Targa Florio World Championship race ever held, the Porsche received the victory, and that is pretty remarkable in itself. And then it also won the 24 Hours of Daytona in 1973, so this should be an exciting car to race, relive the historical era of this, and the first race of this season will be at Spa. So the session enters in about 9 minutes, so I believe we can enter into the practice, or short practice, whatever, at about 5:55 at my time, and then at 6 is when qualifying starts. So that gives us a little time to go into the showroom and take a look at this car. Hold on a sec. So we can do this, and then let's turn on game capture. Come on, work with me, game capture. There we go. So this is the Porsche 911 RSR 3.0. Beautiful car. I was always a fan of these older era Porsche 911s. I really like the whale tail wing on the back. And actually, one of my first cars was almost a Porsche 914. Not nearly as desired as the 911. But hey, I would have loved that as the first car. Just didn't work out that way. Had a Datsun 510 as my first car. But always a cool car. Some nice liveries to go along with it. I am going to be running, I think it's the 54 scheme in this race. So hold on, let's find that. But I gotta say, Kunos did some great job. Did a great job with these liveries. It might be 56. And hold on a sec. Thank you, Sensu123, for subscribing. Thank you very much. Oh, here's 54. So the 54 Carrera, red and black. That's the SRP colors, guys. So, let's take a look inside this car while we wait for the session. And you can see right to the right of the steering wheel, there is that 5-speed gearbox. Unfortunately, with what I have set up on the rig right now, I'm just going to be using the Heusinkveld sequential shifter. But yeah, I still will be heel and towing though. Sensu, what do I think of sim racing? I freaking love it. I have been sim racing for with a wheel and pedal set for about a decade now. A little over a decade actually. Around December 2017 was when I got my first main PC sim in the form of NASCAR sim racing. So I've been hooked on it ever since, and yeah, I wouldn't be doing this channel if I didn't love it. So yeah, so we see the interior, the speedometer, tachometer revs all the way up to 10. Unfortunately, it doesn't go all the way up to 11. That's a little disappointing, but this isn't Spinal Tap, this is a Porsche. You can see the car is gutted to reduce weight for racing. You don't really need a passenger seat in a race car. And you can see like the hazard light indicator, the steering wheel with no horn, but you still have climate control, or at least the dials for it. So yeah, this is the interior of the car. Can't wait to start driving it, and that's my alarm, just reminder to keep ahead of time for the race. So the race should open up in about 6-7 minutes. Getting a GT Thrustmaster wheel with pedals and shifter soon. Can't wait. Great choice. Great choice. I love the TH8 RS shifter, which was a precursor to the TH8A. I bought that back in around 2013, I believe. And it's a good shifter. It really is. Has a solid gated feel. I wish there was a little more in the way of the sequential shifter feel. That doesn't have that satisfying thunk. But it is nice that it is on the quieter side for shifting. So let's take a look at the session. And let's see real quick. I want to see how many people are into the race. And if we click on race, we can see how many people are entered. We have 32 people entered in the race, which means this should at least have 2 splits. Decent American turnout. So one of the goals with having streamers like me do events with SimRacing System and partnering up with them is to try to generate more of an American demographic. Because SimRacing System is based out of Portugal, so it has a decent European following, but Primetime America, there isn't really much. So getting streamers like myself, getting streamers like Sean Cole, the Simpit, Aussie Stig, that is trying to generate a larger American following and have this organized racing layout for Assetto Corsa. So we have a decent turnout for this, and it looks like more people are signing up right now. So I think we're gonna have a decent race here. I've only run a few laps around Spa, but I think I have a decent handle on everything. I hope I'm not speaking too soon though, but I'd say that, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Almost half of the field in here are North American, either American or Canadian. And then we have some South America. I believe that's Brazil flag, maybe. So I think we have a good turnout. But then kind of crazy seeing some people from, say, like Spain, because I think 6 o'clock, yeah, it would be around midnight or 1 o'clock there. So that's just insane. Gonzalo, any tips to improve a cockpit and immersion during sim racing? I'd say one big element is drive with a good field of view. I'm going to work on a video talking about that later on, but field of view is very important for the immersion factor. Because if you drive with too narrow a field of view, it's going to really make it feel like it is almost too big. Objects will feel too big and things like that. If you drive with too wide a field of view, it will almost feel too fast. It'll almost feel like things are distorted. So drive with an authentic field of view. And one of the things I've heard complaints about when you drive with an authentic field of view is the sensation of speed is almost gone. And that's a tricky thing, because if you think about it, you have only a specific range of vision. And if you drive with an authentic field of view, realistically, I'd say that you aren't supposed to expect that sensation of speed. Because most of that sensation of speed is coming from your peripheral vision. You don't have as much peripheral vision with, say, a single monitor, but triple monitor, you have a better field of view, and that sensation of speed, I'd say, is a little more improved. VR, one of the greatest benefits is you don't have to worry about like fiddling with the field of view too much. it generally does a good job of setting the correct field of view. All the objects feel the right size, and the sensation of speed is definitely there. So I'd say that really you are, like, field of view is a major priority for actually setting up how to get a solid immersion in the sim. And it's something I see all too commonly, especially at press events, just way too botched. For example, at that Microsoft event where I went, where I ended up winning that Xbox, I noticed that the field of view was just way too off. Not only was it not from your line of sight, so they were using massive TV screens, and on this playseat cockpit, you had it lined up, so you had to look up like this to look straight, and you're driving like this. That, A, it hurts your neck, and B, is just not a natural position to be driving with. So you're wanting to feel like you're driving a car, so you need to feel like you're in that natural position driving the car. So field of view, lining up the monitor properly, is like lining it up close to the computer and your eyes. That's important. So hopefully that helps a little bit. I want to maybe do a video talking about it more later on. So, Shane, dealing with R Factor 2 Endurance DLC worth the green? Yeah, it is. If you like endurance racing and the cars, I'd say yes, it is. I really enjoy the GTE cars, as I was mentioning in my stream before. I'd say my favorite car would likely be the Oreca LMP2. Second favorite, the Porsche 911 GT, or the Porsche 991 or 991 RSR. I get those numbers mixed up a lot. Third favorite would likely be the Corvette. So I really enjoyed that one. That one was a lot of fun. So I'd say, bottom line, if you like endurance racing and that idea, I'd say it's a good DLC, especially if you're interested in doing league racing, maybe with Sim Racing Club in the endurance championships. So that's what I would personally recommend. Hold on a second, I'm going to turn off display capture and join the event. So that's my thought on it. It is a little disappointing that there is no content on there is no content for LMP1, but I understand their reasoning, because next season is their last season for LMP1, and they're wanting to do the hypercar demographic in the near future. So I understand where they're coming from with that. So with let's see what I was gonna say. So yeah, I really enjoyed the mod. Hopefully they add another pack to it with maybe like the Ferrari GTE, and I think there's an Aston Martin one still. I would like to see that. Maybe more LMP2s. That would be nice. So I note I did not say the Ford GT GTE, because United Racing Design, they are doing they just released the Detroit, which is the Ford GT GTE. One thing I do want to note though, fun fact, Alice, who runs United Racing Design, he is actually a staff member of Studio 397. So the URD mods are actually created in a close collaboration with Studio 397. So that Detroit GTE car should run just fine with the other GTE cars in the endurance pack. So keep that in mind. I think it is designed to work well with that. They just gave me the Detroit car last night, so I will try testing it out later this week. Later this week, I think. I think that will work well. So thoughts on this car? It is tail happy. It feels like an older Porsche. So we got to keep that in mind. Be smooth in our inputs. Because even with me being that smooth, you can see the rear end stepping out. It is, I won't say sluggish, but maybe slightly mushy. It is a 70s Porsche after all, so with that being said, we have to treat it like that, and it has softer springs. So the benefit of that is you can actually catch slides pretty well, have a decent feeling of where the weight is shifting. The downside is you can't really be as precise as you might like. But so far so good. So far so good. Decent feeling through the car. Also just trying to get some heat in the tires. Whoops. Little wide right there. But we should have some heat in the tires. But also I don't think we're going to run a full lap because the practice session is almost over. I love the shifting sounds in this car. The shifting in this car sounds good. Sounds clean, yeah. Kunos, they did a good job with the sounds in this. Granted, I've never sat in a classic Porsche like this, but sounds like what I would think it would be. So I gotta remember, don't overcook this corner. I might brake a little early so I can get it turned in, because if you miss that corner, you're gonna be in trouble. Well, you can see on the power, it wants to oversteer. Got to keep the rear tires from stepping out behind you. So in a few seconds, I think we are going to switch over to qualifying. Whoa, overcooked the corner. But as I said, you can actually catch these slides. It's pretty nice. Well, it's kind of funny though, because I forgot to submit my series for Sim Racing System, so they ended up picking out this series for me. And I'm pretty glad they did. I think this is going to make for some exciting racing. There we go, not too wide. By the way, how are sounds? Are they all right? Are the good levels? Hello, Broxy. How's it going? Or Brossy, my bad. Okay, sounds are good, thanks. But it seems like flat 6 engines and maybe like the V12s, Assetto Corsa seems to do pretty well. Sure, the sounds aren't as raw or visceral as other sims such as Race Room, but it does a pretty good job in here. But I'm taking advantage of all this practice I can because I'm going to need it. Spa is admittedly not my best track. Rev matching game on point. Thank you. Even though I'm using a sequential shifter, I'm making sure to heel and toe for authenticity. Should be switching over to qualifying session by now. Yeah, I don't remember exactly what DLC you need. I think it's like Porsche Pack 2. There we go. It's always funny because if you're in a corner and it switches over to next session, you are gonna spin because it just cuts out all throttle. So we'll need in a few minutes to find out how thirsty this car is, how much fuel we'll need for the race. So we'll run a few qualifying laps and see how that goes. I find it funny how it says 2 out of 4 instead of 1/2. It's like, is that easier? So I'm going to adjust a couple things real quick. So you can at least get some better views of what's going on. This car is a blast to drive. 3 a.m. and you're watching me. Don't you have better things to do in the middle of the night? Yeah, just straight up wheel spin in second gear with 330 horsepower. Yeah, buddy. Drag, tail brake up. Rouge. Catch a slipstream. Tail brake too much, I think, a little there. There we go. I think you really have to control these slides to be fast. That's drifting. Oh, Nelly. I gotta say, the car model for this looks fantastic. Everything handles better than the GT2 RS in Forza. The lawnmower in Wreckfest handles better than the GT2 RS in Forza. Okay, gotta be careful, gotta be smooth. I mean, those slides are fun and all, but that's not necessarily the fastest way around the track. See, too far forward. I think it's decent for my field of view because it's a little bit back of my actual steering wheel. It's not right up to the wheel. So I think it's a decent field of view for me, with considering how I'm driving and how I'm seated. I would move it back a little if I had the screen closer, I think. I think for this race, I'd like to finish maybe top 10. I'll likely do a Project Cars 2 stream in the next few days. I'd have a few other things that I need to work on first. I'm going to be putting out my Wreckfest review hopefully tomorrow, maybe Friday. But yeah, I've just about finished writing my review for Wreckfest. Such a fun game, though. Love that backfire out of the car. Shifted a little early, I think. Let's hope the torque can keep us going. Oh, car on the grass, maybe in the wall. Sixth quick, seventh quick, okay. Make sure to run not off the track. Keep the car on the track. Not like those two guys behind or ahead of me. In the wall. Please don't hit me. Please don't hit me. Thank you. Hit the guy behind me, though. Poor guy. Looks like we're going to improve on our lap, though. Whoa, no, 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 no. Seems like a lot of people are spinning. The Thrustmaster TX does have a removable rim. It's part of the Thrustmaster ecosystem. Little lockup. Come on, get a good corner in. Ethan, the only autocross I've done was one time. It was at Sonoma Raceway with a Jaguar F-Type. Pretty fun, all things considered. I want to try it again someday. How expensive is it to get into sim racing? Depends on where you look. You could get I got a Logitech G27 for 80 bucks, which was a killer deal. I'd say if you can find a Logitech G27 for under 200, that's a great entry point. Driving Force GT is a great point that you can find for under 100 if you're lucky. And then also find games for cheap. GTR 2, great entry point, has a great driving school built into it. You can get for under $5. So that's a great entry point. So if you know where to look, you can get started on a budget. But also, I'd say don't go too cheap. Oh, overcooked. There we go. I didn't have anywhere to really go there. He just totally dive bombed the corner and he didn't have the tires for it. Whoop. And then I just get punterinoed. That kind of sucks. Remember, my goal's top 10. My goal is a top 10 in this race. I think that is definitely achievable. So, actually, wait, we have to back out. We have to back out, figure out our fuel. So fuel, 9.6 laps. And so 246. I mean, that should be fine. We'll do 12 to be on the safe side. Dream car, likely the McLaren F1, I think. So let's see. Qualified 11th out of about 21, 22. For love, that is all holy. Brake turn 1. Yes. Please remember to brake, everybody. Remember to brake and have a fun race. Okay, 40 people watching me get wrecked out turn 1. That sounds about right. Whoa, holy freeze up. Just staying on the inside. Okay, punch a hole through the gap. We made it through turn 1 clean. I'm right here, I'm right here. Come on, come on, come on. Oh my gosh. Almost got pinned into the wall. I think my gearing is off though. I'm guessing a lot of these guys adjusted their gearing. That's how they're accelerating quicker, I think. Come on. The throttle's on the right, man. Not got my mirror turned on? I see enough out of the top right. I see enough. Okay. Here's where I'll get a run. Oh, man. I almost outbraked myself there. Lock up! No, 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 no. Whoa, Nelly! Oh, that was risky. That was risky. I think it was just a racing deal, though, but hopefully that didn't damage my downforce too much. Oh my gosh. Whoo! Okay. Gained 4 spots first lap. Not too bad. And now I have a gap on him. Pretty decent gap. He just... Okay. It looked like he almost blew the corner there. Locked up the rears. You need to brake just right for this car, or else you're going to end up in a lot of trouble. (911) equals sideways. That's about right. That's about right. Over rev the engine. Not good. Completely botched turn one. Not good, not good, not good. Not good at all. Now they have a run. The yellow bird is stalking me. Well, it's not the real yellow bird, it's just the yellow Carrera RSR. But the Carrera RSR is what was modified to create the yellow bird, so... That was almost a brown pants moment. I just want a top 10. SRS works pretty well, all things considered. It's a great way to have organized races, as opposed to just jumping into a public server. Here's my chance to make a run. I had to drag the brake a little longer than I wanted. Dang it. That preferred line is just so good through there. Oh, come on. I gave you room. I gave him a lot of room, all things considered. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Oh, okay, that was scary. Major lag spike when someone quit the server. Okay, less than 9 minutes to go. So about 4 laps. So I'm battling for Gamer Muscle's holy 7th. Come on, let's catch a slipstream. He's made a mistake. I made a slight mistake too. Yellow flag. Car's off the track. And he's still there. That's 7th place for us. No! Oh! Dang it! Ah! We got 7 minutes. We'll catch up. That tank slapper is real! Just got a little too greedy over the AstroTurf. These tires are shot now, though. I didn't flat spot them because I didn't lock up the brakes, but they're heat. They're hot. So you can feel the lack of grip now. Just gotta remain calm. A little wide. So it should push us back up to 10th, I think. Well, 9th. So we lost 2 spots there. On this straight, I'm just so down on speed. That's what's killing me. If I had the straightaway speed, I think I would have been up in 6th. I don't know if it's gearing or downforce or what, but I just didn't have the speed. Oh, someone spun. This just made it a battle for 8th at least. Yeah, I'm aware of that, Brosi. So let's get the speed down this straight. This is a challenging car, though. I thought I had a decent handle on this car during practicing, but then everyone else shows me how wrong I am. Still relatively close to those other cars, all things considered, even though I did like a full 360. He almost spun again, but he's just too far ahead. I can't gain the advantage. We're closing in at least. I think this guy's going to make another mistake. I need tires, man. Safety car won't save me. There's only a minute and a half left in the race. I mean, a massive pileup will help if it's ahead of me. But I don't see that happening. SRS drivers tend to be just too good. They won't cause like a 10-car pileup within 5 laps to go. Maybe in the first few corners, but not in the last laps. I'm pushing with all I got, but I just don't think I have anything for the guy ahead of me. So we're going to have 1 lap to go. Booyah. Full throttle. But I think these cars are just the other cars are just better set up for the long straight. I didn't think about that in my setup. That I should have dropped the downforce and dropped the gearing maybe. So I think I'm paying for that. Because I think I'm closing in on the turns, but the straights I just get murdered. I've tried some flight simulators, not in recent memory though. I did try DCS Flight Sim back in like 2016. Ho ho ho. I'm just wondering how the heck I caught that slide right now. But I tried DCS on a CXC motion rig with VR, and that was a blast. These tires are shot. I just need to limp it home, I think. Oh, oh, oh! Correction. It's a battle for 8th. I made a mistake and he did too. But I think his was worse. So I just need to limp it home. I need to limp it home. Boom. Ho, 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 ho. So I think that's going to put me in 8th. Because I was in 9th, and then now the cars are dropping out, so the bottom position thing isn't accurate. But wow, oh man. My tires were shot, guys. I mean, getting that rear end hanging out that much, that just shot my tires. Let's check something. So there's the tires. So this doesn't look as bad as it really was. Hold on. So yeah, you can see quite a bit was dropped off. Oh man, this was intense. But yeah, so we finished. We got a good finish, guys. I'm happy with that. So on that note, that wraps up the first week in this championship. And I gotta say, quite a lot of fun. This did make for an exciting event. It really did. And yeah, so I'm excited for next week. I'm excited to see how this turns out. And hopefully you can join for future series. But for now, guys, I'm going to call it a night. Thanks for watching, and have a great rest of your day.